Hello everybody, Napkin99 here, and welcome back to the Pixelmon Let's Play series. So, between episodes, I got 4 new legendaries. I got Tapu Bulu, I got Latias, so we finally have both of our elusive little friends here. I got a Tapu Koko, and I got a Mew. And this Mew took several hours of AFKing. I ended up getting a second one as well. So we're going to be using both of those today. Before we do that though, I have a present that is long overdue for our Breloom here. I went ahead and made this Alolan false swipe TM. So basically how you make these is you get the blank Alolan TM, you put it on a Pokemon that knows the move you want to learn, and then you use that move 100 times and then it makes the TM. So we're going to right click this on our Breloom here, and we are going to get rid of Tackle. And now our Breloom can finally use false swipe himself, so this will make him very useful for today. So what I want to do today is clone our Mews, try to get some Dittos, and eventually a Mewtwo as well. I'm going to go for the Dittos first because I need them for what I really want to do today, which is making a breeding base. And we're just going to make a big building over there. So to fully make the cloning machine, which is what you need to actually clone the Mew, you need 28 aluminum plates, 10 redstone dust, 12 glass panes, 6 water buckets, 2 gold ingots, 2 emeralds, and 8 obsidian. So the cloning machine consists of 3 main parts. There is a green tank, a cloner cord, and an orange tank. So both of the tanks require a fossil machine to create. So we're going to make all the parts for that again. And we put both of our fossil machines together. There we go. To make the orange tank, you need these 3 aluminum plates, you need the fossil machine, you need the 3 obsidian, and you need the 2 gold. And that makes the orange one. Then the green one is basically the same thing, but with the 2 emeralds instead. I forgot you actually need 6 more obsidian and 3 more redstone to make the cloner cord. So, there you go. And then when you put all of these together, you get your cloning machine. So we're going to take this cloning machine to our legendary lab. We're going to place it right here. It's a pretty big thing, so make sure you have some space open. And then we want to, I believe, right click on this with our Mew in hand. Yep. Start scanning, and then we need a catalyst. So since we're going for Ditto here, we're going to put in 3 iron blocks. And then it'll start this processing, and pretty soon we'll start seeing what we're going to be getting here. So if you use iron, you're most likely to get Ditto. If you use diamond, you're most likely to get Mewtwo. There's also gold in between. So let's see, we got a Ditto here, so that's awesome. And it'll start growing, and then it should pop out. Yep, Mew shows back up in our inventory. We right click on here and it starts the fight with the Ditto. Probably should have switched to one of my other guys first, but let's try a... Let's actually switch to my Breloom so he doesn't end up switching into our Zacian here. Because he only knows transform, so he'll transform into whatever you're using on the first turn. So we can't actually stun him because now he is grass type, so we're just going to false swipe him and hope that's good enough. And we got him. Awesome. So let's check our Ditto out here. Is limber, and actually an enormous one, so if we can get another one of those, we can breed some ginormous Pokemon of all kinds, so that's actually pretty good. And IVs, he's got 0 on HP, but he's got 2 30s, which isn't too bad. So we're going to put in our second Mew, well, our first Mew again. You can clone each Mew up to 3 times. We're going to put in some more iron blocks. Looks like we got another Ditto in here. And we got him, so let's check this one out. So he is small size. His IVs. He's got max attack, pretty high special attack and HP, so it's not too bad. Also. Alright, so now that we've got two Dittos, I'm going to try this block of gold instead to see if we can get a Mewtwo, because I don't necessarily want to put in diamonds at the moment. But if we don't get it from this, and maybe our second one of gold blocks, we'll try diamond blocks. So let's see what we've got here. Another Ditto. And we got number 3. We got a pygmy size one, so it's the smallest it can be. Also max on attack, so we've got 3 with really good attack. So now that we've cloned this one all 3 times, we will head to our other Mew, put him in, and try our gold blocks again, see what we get. Looks like another Ditto to me. Got an ordinary size one. With max special defense this time, pretty good HP and special attack as well. Putting this Mew in for round 2, and we're going to start using diamond blocks here. Uh-oh, another Ditto. We get a huge one with max special attack, pretty good defense. It's not too bad. Hopefully we get a Mewtwo this time, otherwise I will have to go and get another Mew. There we go, awesome. So this thing's actually going to blow up now. It's not going to kill me or break any blocks or anything. At least I don't think so. That'd be bad because all of our Arceus plates are right there. Yep, so there we go, and now we can fight him. Try to stun him right off the bat here, before he ends up killing our Breloom. Or he'll just do it right away. Okay then. So it looks like we actually lucked out here because he does not have Recover, which means this is going to be a bit easier to catch than one that would have Recover, because he would just keep healing his health back up. So now we're going to start trying to catch him. We have some fastballs, which should work against him. Has a boosted catch rate against Pokemon that have 100 base speed or more. We can also use timer balls, and it is nighttime, so we can use dusk balls as well. But he's going to be pretty hard to catch. He has a very low catch rate. That's why we have the Master Ball with us. And we got him. Awesome. So we didn't even have to use our Master Ball yet. Well, we've got plenty of them, but would like to save him as much as possible. So it's good that we got him. Let's check him out now. So he is huge, pretty good. His nature doesn't boost or lower anything. IVs, not too bad. Got 3 max ones, which are the guaranteed ones from being a legendary. We got one that's almost max. Speed is about half, attack is a little low, so not too bad. So we're actually going to be setting up our breeding setup right over here. And I think with this building we're actually going to try to make it look good, but we are going to get this functionality in first. So first I want to chop down this tree. So basically the way breeding works in Pixelmon is you get these blocks called ranch blocks, which kind of pop out of the ground, and then you put 2 Pokemon in there, and they'll sit in there, and there will be hearts above them. And eventually, after a certain amount of time, you will have an egg pop up in the ranch block, and then you can take it and just walk around to hatch it, just like in the regular Pokemon games. So the ranch block and the amount of time it takes to actually get an egg from the Pokemon, it depends on what blocks are in the 9x9 area around the ranch block. So we're going to create some 9x9 little platforms. I think we're ready to start on this side so we kind of know where the end of it is. We're going to first just make a 9x9 thing of dirt or grass, just so we kind of have an area to work with here. So I believe around these 9x9s I want to have stone brick stairs for the kind of sides here. So there's the 9x9 area inside of this. So then we put a block for a divider between them. And then I just want to do stone brick slabs between them, because I just want one block between. So this is going to start the first block of the next 9x9. And we'll get some stairs going around this back side here. And I think since this is our end one at the end of the building here, we will go stairs on this side. So to actually make the ranch block, you need a flower pot on top of a PC, which is on top of a piston. So we're going to make 12 of those. If we're lucky, we'll get any Porygon parts. Nope. So we're just going to pop this down the middle here. We're going to actually put 2 mill tanks in here. In this specific scenario, I'm not really caring if they actually make an egg or not, because I just want these out here so I can use a bucket on them to get milk, because I'm going to need milk to make a bunch of cakes for the breeding blocks for Ditto to make it quicker. So yeah, these 9x9, this 9x9 area, the blocks on the ground here will determine, each one is a certain amount of points. So for example, for normal type Pokemon, grass and dirt are both only worth 1 point each, so this would be a total of 81 points. But cake is worth 3 points for normal types, so if this whole thing was cake, that'd be 243. To get the quickest breeding time, you need to have 140 points or above. So not all of it would have to be cake to get the quickest breeding time, but we still will need quite a few. So we're going to have these guys sitting here, and we'll probably do another one right next to them, because I have, I believe, 4 mill tanks right now. So we'll try to get as much milk as possible. So I think after this set of 3 here, we're going to end off here and then make a little walkway, and this is going to be our entrance to the building. And then we'll do another set of 3 over there. We'll have the walkway going here as well, and then pretty much do the whole thing again over here. So we're actually going to go ahead and put our first 2 Dittos in here. As for which ones, I believe this one had good IVs and one of these 2 was good. So we'll just do these 2 together. To actually get the breeding environment, normal types also like fences. It gives 2 points per fence, which if we fill this whole thing with fences is actually going to be just enough. So this falls madly in love with the Ditto every single day, so that means they're in the threshold to have the quickest breeding time. I'm actually going to have to take that one out again so I can put the fence back. So after 37.5 minutes, we should have an egg in the middle there. And we're going to go ahead and get our second set of them going. We'll just pick 2 random ones. So when you breed 2 Dittos together in Pixelmon, you'll actually get any random Pokemon, excluding legendaries, but you can get Ultra Beasts as well. So you can even get more Dittos if you're lucky. It's just as much of a chance as any other Pokemon because it picks any out of the other 800 or so that aren't legendaries. So it's quite a few you can get, but if we're lucky, we may get some rarer Pokemon. You can even get like evolved stages of Pokemon, so you could get a Charizard from an egg. Just note that if you're ever trying to do this in the regular Pokemon games, you can't. This is just a Pixelmon only mechanic. Breeding 2 Dittos together in any normal Pokemon will just give you nothing. So both of our Ditto eggs are actually ready to be collected, so we'll just right click on it, claim the egg, and it goes into our party since we have empty slots. Otherwise it would just go into the PC. That or it just won't let you pick it up. So after walking around a bit, eventually these will hatch. Since Talonflame is the lead in our party, and he has the Flame Body ability, it'll actually hatch 2 times faster, so it'll help, but it'll still take quite a bit, so I'll just keep working on this, and eventually they will hatch. So both of our Ditto eggs have hatched. We got a Rattata and an Arokuda, so nothing too crazy, but that's bound to happen a lot. So we'll just wait until these next ones are done, and I'll see you then. And we're actually going to start building our walls and stuff here. So my idea is I want to do some spruce pillars here, and I want dark oak slabs along there, and we'll do more wood pillars at these parts. The main bit of wall here is going to be birch planks, and we're also going to make some windows in here, so we'll do some different windows. Do maybe something like that. Maybe we'll do 3 wide windows or something. And then we'll do stairs for the bottom. We'll build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll build up one more, put our stairs up here. Yeah, looking something like that. We may actually make this row, this column here, birch planks as well. Just so the windows aren't as wide, they end up looking a little worse than I thought. So there we go, it looks a bit better. And then we're going to build cobblestone in these just so we don't get any spawns, and we'll also have to build some cobblestone underneath here for the same reason. And then we'll build spruce logs up in front of here as well. And then here we will do a mix of stone brick and cobblestone stairs. Just to add a little bit of texture down below, and that's pretty much the base of the wall here. Up top here we're going to build up one more on the logs, and then we're going to build a thing of logs on the side, as so. And then up in the top corner here we're just going to put a dark oak fence just to add a little bit of detail over there. Back up top here we are going to put a dark oak stair there, on here, upside down like that. Then we'll get a cobblestone stair right here like that. And this is going to go all the way across. And once we've got that going across, we're going to put a slab here, then a stair. And gonna kind of build our way up here a little bit. Another slab and then a stair. This next layer we do 2 slabs and start going from there. And then between the cobblestone we'll just fill in with dark oak slabs and stairs. And then the last thing we have to do here is just put in some white glass into the window. That's pretty much all there is to our design on the outside here, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the walls around here off camera, and I will see you then. So I've just finished building on the roof and walls for the breeding area here, And boy did it take a while. I've still got these little sections to do, but it's going to rely a little bit on the inside, so I want it to be on camera here. You'll notice also it's a little dark in here. I want to use some lanterns from the Pixelmon mod to actually light this up. So it's not too hard to make them. It's just 2 iron here, torch there, and glass pane on the bottom. Then you get these street lights, and you can put them on walls and put them on top of things. So we're just going to put them on our walls here. And this one we'll just have to pick a corner to go on. There we go, nice and lit up now. At least enough to where it looks decent. I also wanted to put a PC by every breeding station here so we can easily change our Pokemon up. I have a bunch of these from when I was out exploring. All of the water Pokemon centers I found, I just took the PC from them. So that's how I ended up with enough PCs to make all these ranch blocks and put all of these here. And still have a few extras. So before I continue building here, I want to talk about another breeding project I want to start here. I want to get a max IV Mareep. So as I've been building here, I've been going around collecting all the Mareeps I can and checking their IVs, and I ended up with one with every max IV except for special attack, which of course is the best one. And I realized one of my Dittos actually has a max special attack, so I'll use that for now. So how you actually pass these along are these power items. I'm actually missing one of them. I'm missing the power band, which is used for special defense. I just need to defeat bosses and hopefully end up getting one. So how these work basically, each one correlates to a specific stat. This one's HP, this one's attack, this one's defense, this one's special attack, and this one's speed. So if I put the special attack one on my Ditto, the Ditto's special attack IV is guaranteed to pass on to the baby. And this one is speed, so we'll put on the power Inklet. So the baby should have a guaranteed max special attack and max speed. So getting these first few onto the baby is fairly easy. It's a matter of getting all 6 IVs max, or in this case it doesn't really matter if attack is max, but I'm going to go for it anyways. Just because why not? Eventually, you'll probably want to use this Destiny Knot, because that guarantee passes on 5 IVs from the parent that it's holding. So if you have one with 5 max IVs, most likely those 5 are going to pass on. It could be the other one that's not maxed, of course, as well, but it's probably going to be your best bet. You'll also notice I've named these guys kind of strangely. So each character in their name correlates to a specific stat. So it goes HP, attack, defense, special defense, speed. So the speed is the max, so I put an O here. It's just a little trick to help keep track of your Pokemon's stats easier without having to check IVs every single time. I did the same for my Ditto. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the PC and start breeding these two together. I've also been collecting Zoras and a Zora Arc I found trying to get IVs. I haven't actually named these yet. Because I want to, for some reason I want to get a max IV Zora, even though it's not really going to benefit us a whole lot. But I want to try for it. So we've been collecting those as we've found them. Also caught another 2 Zacians off camera, and another Xerneas when I had to go get more Dark Oak Wood. But other than that, we've been getting quite a few different things from the Ditto breeding here. We've got a Charmander, which is pretty cool, and an Empoleon and a Sylveon. So back to building here, I wanted to build up some wood pillars all the way up here. And probably go a couple blocks above the roof. Maybe right there. Because I'm thinking what we're going to do for the rest of this roof is have kind of like an over top kind of basically almost like the general shape of this roof, but like a smaller one that just goes over these parts. So I'm going to build all these up, and I will see you then. I went ahead and actually changed up our breeding setup for the Mareep and Ditto, because I forgot that the Ditto actually needs normal type blocks as well for his breeding thing. So we put redstone lamps on the top. Redstone lamps that are lit give 3 points towards electric, so we got our Mareep about as high as we can be. So we're actually in the third highest stage of breeding we can get for these. These guys will produce 1 egg every hour, 15 minutes. That's about as good as we're going to get without ranch upgrades, and I only have 1, so I can't really do anything about that right now. So we've got these two going about as high as we can. I could get Dittos higher, but I need more cakes, and I haven't been... It's kind of hard to get cakes in this. I've gotten about as much milk as I can so far from these guys. Somewhere, yeah. So I can make a few more, but I need like 9 more cakes, I think. And I would need more eggs and wheat and stuff for that. I pretty much just need 1 egg from these guys anyways, so we'll just let this one go. And we actually just had a Thunderous spawn somewhere. There he is. Let's see if I can get this guy now. Because we are much better equipped to actually get this. Actually, let me grab some stuff from my ender chest here. I don't know if he's fast or not, but we'll take these. Let's get him before he despawns. Come back. Yeah, let's try a quick ball. Nope. Oh, he knows bite. That's rather unfortunate, actually. Shoot. We actually learned to cut on our Breloom here from one of the transfer tutors that spawn around. Alright, so I looked him up. The only thing it looks like he can maybe hurt himself with is Thrash. But it uses that for 2 to 3 turns, then turns him confused, so we'll have a chance to react if he does that. His base speed is actually over 100, so we can use fastballs, so I'm glad I grabbed those. If we get down to just our Breloom, or our Talonflame, we're going to go ahead and use the Master Ball. Because I don't want the chance of him getting burned. It'll probably happen. And we got him in the fastball, so we don't have to use the Master Ball. Awesome. So about to start work on the other part of this roof now that I've got all these logs in place, but I want to show you guys one quick thing. So our Ditto and Mareep egg came out. So I've changed up the breeding thing. I left the cakes just in case we do another normal or fairy type breed here, because they have max breeding with these redstone lamps being 3 points each. So this Mareep that we got, you'll see it has 3 max IVs because we got lucky. We got a third one for free. And actually the second and third stat on there as well are also 30. And then the other X is a 0. So it was actually a pretty good one. And that's what we're using now with this Mareep, trying to get that 4th IV on there. Then we've got these 2 over here going. And I actually started breeding 2 Ralts together. We can't get the max breeding rate for these in this 9x9 because they are dual type. They are Psychic and Fairy, which means I would have to have double the number because it divides it in 2 between the 2 elements that they are, or the 2 types or whatever. So we've got them going still pretty decently though. It's just not as quick as the other breeding areas. We have our first one of those. It's not too terrible. I'm just trying to see if we can get any max IVs out of these or just anything better. So the last few times my eggs have been hatching, I've flown over to the Taiga M, right by where we were going to set up our base, on the off chance that I could get an Yveltal to spawn, and this last time it actually happened. Which is awesome, because he is probably my favorite legendary, just in terms of looks. I can fly around on him. Heck yeah. So I just wanted to give a little insight as to how I'm picking which Pokemon to breed together. So in this case, I'm going to breed this one as the male and this one as the female. So I have this one with the item for special attack because this one is missing special attack. This one also has speed, so I could do that one as well. And then since they both have health, there's a decent, or HP max, there's a decent chance that one of them will pass it on. So I'm not going to use the item for HP, I'm going to use the item for attack on this one. So that way we'll kind of just mix and match until eventually we end up with something max. For some reason we just had an ultimate boss Mewtwo spawn in the middle of this. Don't know if I'll be able to beat that, but we will certainly try. Yeah, we just got one shot, so it's probably not going to work unless my Shedinja is completely immune to everything he has. Sometimes when I'm fighting bosses with my Shedinja, it'll glitch and Wonder Guard won't kick in, so I'll get killed by normal moves. Sometimes I'll even get killed by normal type moves, which shouldn't affect Ghost at all. But it looks like it's working for us this time, so Shedinja might save the day here. Y'all. Okay, so we got Mewtwo Knight X, and we got a ranch upgrade, so it's the second one of those we've gotten. Ah! So I looked it up, and apparently the Mewtwo boss can spawn in flowery biomes in the air. I'm not sure what time, but we happen to get one here, so we can actually Mega Evolve our guy now, like this. So we may end up using this guy. Unfortunately, we can't use Mega Evolutions against boss Pokemon, because I've tried it with my Swampert, because I have a Mega Evolution Stone for him, but yeah, this is what he looks like when he's not flying around and discolored. I think we can ride him, yeah. Whee. So we are pretty much all done with this building now. I may come back and do some more details on the inside sometime later. Like, I'd like to slab these bigger rifts here and maybe add some more log supports. But I need to get this episode out, so we're just going to skip on that for now. So you may notice I've also gone ahead and dyed all of these PCs. This is so I can kind of keep them as their own separate unit type thing. So like this would be the brown breeding ranch or something. This would be the black one. And we have light blue and all sorts of different colors. So eventually, once I organize my PC, probably next episode, I can change the background color on a box to whatever color I have that breeding project going on in. So that's a little bit easier to organize. Also, while I was building, I saw this little guy flying by. So we have another shiny now, shiny Drifloon. So I think that brings us up to 7 now. So one more thing I want to do around the base here is I want to make a path going from the back of our base here to the breeding area. Maybe make like a little circle in the middle. So I'll probably just use path blocks and maybe some slabs to kind of act as a staircase. And I'll have to fill in some of this dirt so that we can actually make a path. So we got this path made now. Nothing too crazy, just went for simple path blocks. But I think it looks fairly decent. Just kind of connects these two parts of our base together. And one last thing I want to do, I want to kind of transform this forest over here. This little pool of water here, we're going to try to extend it. And we're going to try to turn as much of this into a lake as we can to give us a much higher chance of getting Yveltal to spawn, because that's one we need right now. Because we have plenty of Zacians and we can still get them and they can still spawn in this area here. But we definitely want to get at least one Yveltal. So I'm going to start digging out some of this hill and I will see you in a bit. And this is exactly why we're building this right now. This guy right here. So we've kind of turned this whole part of this hill into a big lake now. And you may be wondering what these big cobblestone pillars are. These are basically next to these oak saplings so that when they do eventually grow, we will guarantee get a tall oak. We actually have one over here. So we have like a super big one actually. And then once they're grown, we'll remove the cobblestone and eventually we'll just have a bunch of really nice big oak trees around here. I may do a fountain in the middle at some point, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now, because I have one more project I want to do before we end today's episode. I want to kind of figure out where we get our nether portals hooked up to. So I probably won't build like an actual nether hub and like connect all the portals. We'll probably just leave markers so we know the way to each one. But I do want to get some more of those portals built so we can actually get to places faster, like our mesa, because that's a good 12,000 blocks away or so. So I just caught a rather strange thing. I don't know if this is some weird special texture, but I haven't been able to find anything on it. This Lunaton is like missing the top and bottom part of his crescent. It's just kind of like a beak with an eye. Like even the little icon on the left matches that, so I have no idea. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comments, because I'm very confused. So one of the things I've been doing on here lately is keeping track of coordinates in these book and quills. So I've got like different coordinates for all these areas. So I have one for the overworld, I have one for ultra space, and I just made one for the nether. So these are where I'm going to be building the portals. I already have the jungle portal made, and that one is actually right by a nether fortress. So eventually we may make a farm for, I believe, Marsh Shadow over there. So I have 4 more portals I want to build today. There are some other ones I will build eventually, but some of those I want to actually go to the overworld and build those portals first, and then see where they come out. These ones it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to build anything at them. They're mostly just to get to these specific areas. I made sure to put the Articuno, Moltres Shrine, and Time Space Altars are a few coordinates off, so that I don't accidentally spawn a portal on the shrine itself and then it's unusable. So the first one we're going to do is this Rift Force M, so that's at -257, -8. Just type in the chat here so we can see it a little easier. In the middle of a lava lake, perfect. I guess we'll set up right about here. This is probably about as close as I want to get to this lava lake. So we'll just set one up here, and this one should be close enough. So Rift Force M is right around here somewhere. Gets us to the Rift Force at least. The M is actually a little bit up here. But it's not too far, so we'll call it good enough. Because I'd rather have this little flight than trying to land on a platform in the middle of a lava lake. Because that is dangerous, and we do not like danger here. And then we'll just build up a cobblestone pillar with a torch on top so we can see it from a little further away. Know exactly where our portal is. And we'll head back through. So our next one is the Time Space Altar at -506 and -51. And there's actually another fortress over here as well. And we'll call this one good. Head through just to make sure. We're in a Rift Forest here. Where are the mountains where this would be? Here's the mountains and there's the Time Space Altar, so not too far. Okay, so our next one is the Articuno Shrine. That's at -752 and 470. Make a little arrow so we know it's going here. There's actually ice spikes right over here too. So our shrine, I believe, is over there. So yeah, our Articuno shrine's right over there. And then we actually have portal to Cold Taiga and Ice Spikes and Ice Plains. This is probably Cold Beach, so pretty much all of our cold biomes are over here. There's another Articuno shrine right there if we need it. So it's a pretty good spot here. And then the last teleporter we're going to make today is at -760, -1458. So pretty much the same X coordinate, but quite far away on the Z coordinate. So this one we can actually do with the exact coordinate we had wanted. And we got an achievement for that. Alright, so we are actually right next to this. And I chose this one in specific because we have a few Moltres shrines right here. So, got this one and that one. I think there might have been one other one around here. So to get home this time, we're just going to get our Abra and just teleport back home. And here we are. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.